was at the point where you said, okay, I need to do what's going to benefit me most now? And you just kind of put music behind you, or?
I was already like weird about the music industry because I feel like it was a little dark, just like a little like weird.
Yeah.
More so less than what would like benefit me, but just more so what I liked. When I had got on that set, I was just like, wow, I feel good. This is what I've been missing. Yeah, I felt like amazing.
You said it was dark, like Diddy-ish?
Well, you know, you could say that about both industries, really, entertainment in general.
But you know what? I did have a lot of weird experiences in the music industry.
Yeah.
But I have not had that in the acting industry. Thank God, because I know that it does happen.
Yeah.
But I never had that experience. But yeah, the music is.
I think just because he was brought up, you know, in an area where people do whatever they have to survive.
Did he make choices that were illegal?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Drugs?
Definitely.
Violence?
Probably. He kept me very sheltered from a lot of stuff that was going on, even though I would never pretend that I was not aware. Don't get me wrong. I would never pretend that I was not aware.
But then, Jarvis would bring Monica face to face with unspeakable horror. It was July 18th, 2000. Jarvis called Monica from the phone in his car. He told her he was on his way to the cemetery where his brother was buried, that he wanted to be with him.
When you got there, what was happening?
He was very somber. And that's when I knew that his mind was made up.
Monica stood pleading, but Jarvis had locked the car doors.
And were you aware there was a gun in the car?
Absolutely.
So you...
Yes. Yeah.
Did he say anything?
Oh, yeah, he said a lot of things, which I feel like are definitely only for me. Most important thing that he said was that he loved me, and that nobody ever tried the way I tried.
After more than an hour of talking, Jarvis abruptly rolled up the car window, turned away from Monica, and reached down.
He grabs a gun? And what, puts it to his head?
Mm-hmm. 1 minute we're talking, and the next minute, it just totally blew my mind. I think the sad part is that I was prepared for a lot of things. Just not this. Just not this.
In one swift move, Jarvis put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger.
When this happened, you automatically ran to your car and grabbed your gun.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you have a gun?
I've always had one. I'm licensed to carry one. I don't have a felony record. I've always had one.
What were you trying to do?
Get inside the car. The car was locked. My goal was to be near him.
Monica blew out the window of the car and unlocked the door, determined still to save him.
I made my way into that vehicle. I continued talking to him. I continued telling him that I loved him, God loved him, and it was going to be okay. When I asked him, did it hurt? You know, he tried to say something back, but I touched him, and I could still feel life in him.
It took 20 minutes for the paramedics to arrive, but by then Jarvis Weems was dead, telling only Monica why he'd chosen to die. She was left to channel her grief and pain into song. Left alone to turn loss into lessons.
Monica, a lot of people look at you and they see the physical presence. You are a beautiful woman, an accomplished woman. But then they hear about the ex-boyfriend who's in jail on a murder charge, the former boyfriend who committed suicide, and they can't put the two together.
Well, don't try. Don't try. Accept me for who I am. You know.
The California Highway Patrol is recommending that actress-singer Brandy be charged with misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter in a freeway crash that killed a motorist last December in Los Angeles. The recommendation comes after a CHP probe of the incident. Police say 27-year-old performer Brandy Norwood was driving her SUV on an LA freeway on December 30 last year when she rear-ended a car driven by Awatef Abudahaj. Abudahaj, seen here in a photo with her husband, died a day later from injuries suffered in the crash.
It's for you. 2 hours a day. I have to. I'm just saying you love it because I can't. I love it. It's my dad. It's my dad. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Mom, come see her.
Gets a little rumor out of the way that I heard. You've been seen around town with Whitney Houston. Now, I know the rumors back in the day that y'all were hanging out. Well, what's the deal right now?
We hang, you know, it's Grammy weekend and she's in town and we had dinner and, you know, she's such an icon to where it reaches the masses. But, you know, right. we had a good time, we had dinner, that's it.
So, platonic, good friend.
I really miss my friend, you know, I really do. I'm still hurting.
I saw Ray J coming out of the hotel, hiding his head, being pushed into the car. Why? I looked and I said, why is he hiding? Why is he hiding his face? He's always trying to show his face when he's around Whitney. Why now? Why are you trying to hide now, Ray J? And I put it all together. When I first heard she passed away, I said, my God, somebody gave her a bad bag.
Cocaine.
Yes. I promise you, that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. And then I saw Ray J, and it all added up.
Feelings about that. I too was an addict. I know if I were on a set of a movie, even now, I recovered for 7 years. We'd have made, if I was coming to a city like LA, we'd have made specific plans that I come in night before or day of performance. Especially if you haven't gone into proper treatment and gotten your situation handled. Yeah, that was the first big mistake. For her to come in an entire week before her performance at the party. I'd have never done that.
I was just shocked that it was happening. I was seeing all these pictures of her apparently falling out of clubs and covered in whether it was blood or wine, but certainly the fact that she was drinking in public in these clubs in Hollywood seemed to me a potential recipe for disaster.
It was. It absolutely.
They made and created so much joy for the world. And the system, meaning the record companies, totally took advantage of them. And it's not like they always say, you know, they built a big house, they spent a lot of money, they bought a lot of cars. That's stupid, it's an excuse. That's nothing compared to what artists make. And I just need you to know that this is very important, what we're fighting for. Because I'm tired.
Multi-platinum singer Michael Jackson is feuding with Sony and Tommy Mottola. Sony is, of course, his big-name record company. At a speech and rally with Reverend Al Sharpton in Harlem today, the gloved wonder charged that the recording industry was a racist conspiracy that turns profits at the expense of performers, particularly minority artists. Reverend Sharpton has recently formed a coalition.
In the mid-90s, you said, I feel old.
Yeah, like I've been through a lifetime of stuff.
And that it just wasn't any fun anymore.
No. I enjoy what I do. I love to sing, but it's just not fun anymore.
Because?
People are different in the industry. It's about the money. It's about get it fast.
You think you're not tough enough for this business?
Oh, I'm tough enough.
That was a quick answer.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you heard that Sony, I think it was back in the UK, had jacked the prices up of Whitney's album?
It reminds me
within an hour or so of her dying.
Yeah, that reminds me of the time I had a manager once that said to me, you know, you're worth more money dead than alive. Okay, so
And after all, for nearly 20 years, the girl with the voice on fire has fascinated us. Her 170 million records sold, 6 Grammys, 2 Emmys. Recently, her hit I Will Always Love You voted the top love song of all time. Well, now she has her...
You've seen some of the great singers of all time. Where does this lady rank?
She really ranks right up there. For me, I've been known to be involved with divas, whether it started with Dionne Warwick, which led to Aretha Franklin, and then it led to Whitney and Annie Lennox. When I saw that audition for that movie part, I saw a depth and a range and a soulfulness that really ranks at the top level, and that's why we've been working together ever since.
I mean, I've always assumed...
It means they want to hear someone sing. They want to hear someone who, for all the years I have been in the business, which is now going on 30 years, sing love to them. Not so much strip for them, take their clothes off for them, or, do soft porn for them. They want to hear love. They want to feel love. They want to raise their daughters with an integrity and in dignity and a pride that doesn't require that. So I just thought that's what it was about. And I think I'm right. Music doesn't change. People change the music. Music is a gift from heaven, I believe. As I started singing in church many years ago, and many of my friends who sing the good news of gospel, it does not change. People change the music. They become characters instead of really displaying their gifts. And if you look behind a lot of the people that are out there that are like, wearing these weird, kind of clothing, which has nothing, I'm not, talking about anyone in particular, but I've seen for myself. But there are some extremely gifted and talented young women and young men out there who don't have to really put on Halloween costumes. Just be themselves, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a little, extravagance, a little, flair, a little, sexiness or sultriness is cool. But some of them are very dark, And days when we are going through so much, tragedies and earthquakes and things of, of disasters and New Orleans and the whole thing, it's time to I believe, to sing about love and what has been here since the beginning of time, and that's been love.
Shocking news from Los Angeles tonight. NBC News has confirmed pop superstar Michael Jackson is dead at the age of 50.
In the early hours of this morning, at British time, the body of Bob Marley was laid to rest in a mausoleum in his birthplace, St. Anne's, in the north of Jamaica. He was just 36 when he died of cancer 11 days ago. Thousands of Jamaicans lined the streets to watch it pass.
Good evening. If you've been anywhere near a television set or a radio these past few hours, you already know that John Lennon of the Beatles is dead. He was shot late this evening in front of his apartment building in New York City. Apparently...
that tendency anyway.
I think that we all, as artists, because we're highly sensitive people, and this machine around us, this so-called music industry, is such a demonic thing. It sacrifices people's lives and their essences, and at the drop of a dime.
And how did you feel when you heard this?